First of all, the Abraham Accords are a great foundation for the entire Middle East future. I can tell you that we had a great Israel Bonds leadership delegation to the UAE and Bahrain about a year and a half ago, and I think that for us it was a great opportunity to explore how we can strengthen even more the Abraham Accords for the future of our next generations in the Middle East. I think that although what we have witnessed since this horrific day of October 7th, the silver lining is that we see that Iran and its proxies are unraveling. And this is good news and great news for the future of the entire Middle East. And I'm sure that the forces that support peace, reconciliation, living together, Jews and Arabs, these forces will have the upper hand. And if you take a look at Israel from the point of view of the Israeli economy, although they have it all, is resilience. And we at Israel Bonds play an important part in that. We raise a lot of investments for Israel. So if you are looking to different ways to support Israel, this is the time.
First of all, I think once Saudi Arabia will join, it will be much easier for all the Muslim countries in Africa to join Abraham Accord. I think Israel have a very important role to play in all the Abraham Accord and the new rearrangement that Trump administration trying to do in the Middle East. I think Israel can play the role of connecting America, Africa, and the Middle East. I think we have the capacity to bring all of them together. We bring all the technology from Israel, and we can improve Africa. Africa needs all our technology, all our knowledge. So I believe this is the time to start to look to Africa and realize the Abraham Accord, that it's so important for Israel, America, and of course all the Middle East.
So definitely pre-Abraham Accords, all economic ties were limited. Post-Abraham Accords, things have changed dramatically, especially with the UAE, but I think also around the region. Economic relationship grew in a fast pace, but I think we're just scratching the surface. There is a lot to move forward and a lot to expand. I think it requires a little bit of better understanding each other, the potential, and the building the right partnerships. But I think that the potential is huge, also in the region. I think October 7th, of course, influenced what's happening in the region, but not all the countries in the same way. So I think some of the countries are more reluctant to do business with Israel, but some we don't see that it had a dramatic influence on the business atmosphere. We see from business to business relationships, we see trade going up. So companies that are doing business, selling their products both ways. So this is one way of collaboration. We see interest in investment in infrastructure, which is a strategic relationship. Once you invest in an infrastructure in a country, the connection and the interest in the country becomes much stronger. We see plans for trade corridors. We see plans for strategic partnerships and others. So I think it's very wide. I think it's a matter of giving it some time and building the right partnerships. Today we look at the UAE, we look at Bahrain, Morocco, but I think the UAE takes the lead from that perspective of the economic relationship. It's quite diverse and stronger. Again, I'll repeat and say that again we're just at the beginning of building probably a much higher and bigger economic relationship, And I think that what's the dream? The dream is a new Middle East. From that perspective, I think that the potential of additional countries around, of building a trade corridor from India through the region, UAE, Bahrain, Saudi, Jordan, and opening to the sea, I think it has a huge potential, and I think it can transform the region.